Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to our introduction video to a 12 blog series. And this video series is going to be done with Mandy Johnson, who is a doctor of physical therapy and a certified athletic trainer. And myself, I'm a nutrition coach. And we're going to start off before the series starts with how do we change our thoughts? And this is important to changing and making results that are lasting. So I'm going to hand it over to Mandy, and she's going to give us some great ideas on how to change our thought patterns to get new results. So Mandy, take it away.
Yeah. Just to, step back, a lot of times, especially at this time of year, we're starting to look forward to the next year and the holidays, which I know that's kind of a bad word, talking about the holidays. Halloween hasn't even happened yet, but we're starting to look more towards next year and the end of this year. And as we look towards the end, we really look towards new beginnings as well. So you picture yourself in a different situation or trying to get to a different place in life. So with that in mind, it's really more if there's something that you have a goal that you want to achieve, that you want to see going forward in this next year, this is the time where we start to process that a little bit. And when you're looking to set those goals, obviously this is also the time of year where you might start thinking about some of the failures you've had in the past. So we've all tried to make different lifestyle changes, and it doesn't need to be anything dramatic. Maybe it could have just been that you wanted to lose 10 pounds, or maybe it was that you wanted to start drinking 8 glasses of water a day, and you didn't do it, or you kept with your Dr. Pepper habit and you wanted to kick that. And it's just, it brings up those things that maybe you feel like you're just in a point where this is just who you are now. Maybe you feel like there's not a lot of room for you to change. And that is really more driven by your thoughts. So, whenever we go towards making those lifestyle commitments, whether we think we can fail or we think we're going to succeed, that's driven by the things that are running through our heads and the emotions that are tied to that. So there's this really great blog that that I listened to, a podcast titled Life Coach School. And she has a really unique way of describing how your thoughts affect your feelings, which affect your overall actions, then affect the result that you get. So the result that we want, which could be to lose 10 pounds, is really affected by the thoughts that we are perpetually thinking about that process, like it will succeed or it will fail. And another great point that she brings up during that podcast is that there's about 60,000 thoughts that run through your head every day, which you may or may not be aware of. Most of the time she talks about letting your thoughts just run around as a 2-year-old in your house and just giving them free rein. So if you have no direction on what your thoughts are or trying to direct your thoughts towards a particular direction, you're just letting your mind circle into bad spirals, potentially. It could be spiraling into good spirals, but those we don't tend to worry about as much. Yes. And we don't talk about good spirals. But it's really keeping in mind that those thoughts are really what perpetuate your feelings on something, and your feelings perpetuate then the action that you take, and that action you do or you don't take gives you the desired or undesired result.
So you've got some great points, and I know I do this all the time where my thoughts are going to take control of something, and I can't tell you how many New Year's resolutions have ended approximately January 2nd, possibly January 1st before I even go to bed. So how do I get out of that spiraling thought process that is going to, change my feelings and ultimately take the actions that I wanted to take and rob me of them or take them away from me? How do I get out of that so I have those positive actions and those positive feelings?
Yeah, so it's really about stepping back and looking at the result that you want first. So we come back to the weight loss goal because that's a pretty common goal, year-end goal to have. And it's also a goal where most people fail. I mean, there's a reason why they have all those promotions going at gyms, around the first of the year. And it's because that's when people are there. They're thinking about, they're like, I'm going to sign up because if I sign up, then I'm going to go. But, like you said, by February 1st, you're still paying that $30. The gym's straight happy, but you're not. So it's really about taking that result that you want and then transforming your thoughts into like, this is what is going to happen. So you don't picture all the times you've failed in the past. You say, this is what I'm going to do. And you change the way your thought process is going to go through it by then setting a realistic goal. So just like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds or I'm going to get healthy. Those are great thoughts. But if you don't follow those up with small segmented goal processes, then it's really not, you're not going to see that transition from a big result that you want into actual good actions that follow you through that year.
Okay, so you were mentioning, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to get healthy, which are great goals. I agree with you. Those are amazing goals, but they're big goals. So how do I take my goals of, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to be healthier, and how do I make those into those smaller, more realistic goals that can get me to that ultimate goal?
Yeah, and that's a great question. That is actually through a process that a lot of different industries use, and it's termed a SMART goal. However, I really like Michael Hyatt, and he, just with all this different life change and goal setting aspects, he has a great book out there that's called Your Best Year Ever. And he has a little bit of a revision on that called a SMARTer goal, which we'll just briefly go over and then go over more in depth during the next episode. But the S for SMARTer stands for specific, M is measurable, A is actionable, R is risky, which we'll get into why that's risky right there. T is time keyed, E is exciting, and then R is relevant.
Excellent. I love that he's added to the SMART goal, and he's added a couple of extra steps because I've heard of SMART goals before. And I love that we're going to be talking about this. So next week, we're going to be talking about how to set these goals for yourself and what the difference is between a SMART goal that is the actionable goal that I can get to versus my end goal, which is I want to be healthy or I want to lose 10 pounds.
Yep. And how those work together.
Excellent. Perfect. So thank you for looking at the introduction to our 12-week blog series. We really appreciate you guys being here, and we will see you next week. We're going to start off on Monday. We will release Mandy's blog on both blog sites, so she'll be guest blogging on mine. Wednesday, we'll release my blog, and I'll be guest blogging on her. And Friday, we'll both release the video so that you can get that end of the week wrap up and really get the points that were most important out of the week.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.